So I don't know if you can see it, but there are 6 jets circling the mosque. Alright, first impressions, Abu Dhabi airport. I go up to the currency exchange, I give them $100 US. The exchange rate normally is 3.77. However, they're doing 3.52, so boom, you lose like 20 bucks right off the bat. However, they also have a tax. Another $20 US for the tax. Welcome to United Emirates. And that's what the guy said. He was laughing. He says, I'm from Egypt, so don't hate me. But he says, welcome to United Emirates. Everything is taxed. Even when you exchange your money, you get taxed. All the cars, all the taxis behind are brand new, shiny, top of the line, everything. So this is rich Abu Dhabi. So after the city of Abu Dhabi, I will be visiting the famous Dubai. And the thing I've heard the most actually from a couple of locals, as well as everything you'll see online, is the competition between Abu Dhabi and Dubai. Which one's better, which one's bigger, which one's cooler. So apparently the beauty is here in Abu Dhabi, but the cool stuff to see is in Dubai. So let's check out both of them and see what we think. It is the middle of February right now, and this is the winter season. It is 27 degrees, blue skies, and slightly humid, and this is about as cool as it gets here in the United Arab Emirates. Oh my God, my arms are burning and I've only been outside for 20 minutes. So obviously there's lots of palm trees in this city, but be warned, some of them that look like palm trees are actually not. Now I know the tallest building in the world is in Dubai, but I'm going to say one thing. This building right here is an absolute monster. Money, 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 money! Money! Woo! So I did a little bit of research on these hotels and I'm going to let you know the name. So this one here is called Wow, I'm Rich. And this one here is Holy Crap, I'm Super Rich. The one in the middle is I'm rich but not as rich as these people, and this one's called Holy Shit, Goddamn I'm Rich. This one is Man, I'm Bloody Rich, and this one is called What the F***, I am so rich. The best part about this turn here is that the whole thing's made of tiles, so the cars all squeal when they go around. Cars are squealing like crazy. Well, the gate behind me is all closed up, and when I got close to it, all I heard is Allah, Allah, and the guy was pointing, and I said, what, that way? Ah! Okay, wrong door. So it is approximately 5:30 and 6 o'clock's the last admission to the palace, and I was debating if I wanted to go in, but they have a light show at 7:30. It is dark around 6 or 6:30. It is 65 dirham, which is about 18 US dollars to enter the palace. It looks super beautiful. So I'm gonna go in there and then at 7:30 check out the light show. So apparently the palace is so large that you have to take a bus to start the tour. So the palace is a self-guided tour. You walk through on your own. Number 5 is closed, but the rest of it is open. And there's the palace from the front. I got my ticket.
The palace sits in a 380,000 square meter government complex. This is equal to 53 football fields. The palace is not a residence. No one lives here.
يتميز قصر الوطن بطابعه المعماري الذي يعكس جماليات فن العمار العربي.
This entire palace is made of marble. The entire area, and it goes for miles in all directions, and it's all marble. So the name of this room is, well, quite appropriate. They call it the Great Hall. So in this room, the entire floor is made of rug. So they have this wooden platform that you have to walk on. So one thing I noticed looking at all these beautiful gifts from around the world, made of silver and gold from all the countries, they're missing a rubber Canadian hockey puck. Oh my God, this is just the bathroom. What? Well, the Taj Mahal is beautiful in India, but this place, wow. So this is actually a sculpture. It's all Arabic letters and words, and actually it's called The Power of Words. And there's the quote. That's what it says. Wealth is not money and oil. Wealth lies in people, and it is worthless if not dedicated to serve the people. So all those letters wrap around and create this sculpture. Well, it's around 7:15 and I'm heading to where everybody's sitting to watch the light show.
تكونوا قد استمتعتم بالعرض. قصر الوطن مغلق حاليا.
Welcome to the main gate of Emirates Palace. So here's a funny story for you. I go up to this gate that I'm thinking is the main gate, and it's totally all locked up. So the security guard comes up, he sees me peeking through, and I said, "Hi, can I enter to the Emirates Palace through this gate?" He says, "Where are you from there, sir?" I said, "Canada." And he goes, "Well, let me put it this way. If your Prime Minister came here, yes, this would be the main gate for him. But sadly, it's not the main gate for you." So he laughed and he says, "You gotta go back that way." Well, I found the main gate here, but the security said there's a private event tonight, so it's closed this evening to the public. It's open tomorrow. This is called the Founders Monument. I have no idea why there's fireworks, but nice to see. Welcome to Marina Mall. It is in a giant tent. It is Saturday afternoon. I am back here at Marina Mall over there on the left, and this is actually is a huge. You can see right here. That's a new hotel. That's actually not marked on my map, so I got to find out what that's called. But I'm heading out to the lookout point to the pier, way out here at the end where the Abu Dhabi Theater is, to do my street project and see how the people, the locals here in this country react to it. So with regards to my street project, so far showing it in I think about 53 of my 92 countries, it has been very successful in low currency countries, corrupt government countries, let's just sum it up and say poorer countries. People are very inspired, they're willing to take some photos, and I meet a lot of super cool people. Where it does not work is the higher currency countries, the euro, the dollar, the pound, the Norwegian krone, the Swiss franc, that type of thing. So it was a hit in Ukraine for my 8 months there, raising money as a volunteer. It stopped when I hit Poland because it went up to the zloty, and it doesn't work in the euro. So I'm curious about here in Abu Dhabi, here in the United Arab Emirates. It did work in the Middle East where I was a couple of years ago, Lebanon, Jordan, Egypt, Palestine, that type of thing. It was a hit. So with this country, yes, it is a Muslim country, but it is rich. So I'm wondering if they're not going to be interested because it's a money country, or if they are going to be interested because of the Muslim culture. But let's see how the locals here in United Arab Emirates react to my little street gallery. Well, as I predicted, my street project is not working here at all. The only people to actually stop and look at it were, one guy from Lebanon, 2 families from Jordan, a couple of people from Egypt, and a girl from Iraq. Actually, nobody, 0 people from United Arab Emirates has actually stopped to look at this. Why? Because they live in a country full of money. But the lower the currency, the more people are interested in living. It's a beautiful city, but I don't know if it's for me. So to my fellow Canadians watching this video, I have something special to show you. So when I came to the city of Abu Dhabi, I was not expecting to find, yes, a Tim Hortons. But this is a Tim Hortons cafe and bake shop. Ooh. For those watching this video that are not Canadian, Tim Hortons was probably our most famous franchise across Canada. For many, many years, there was thousands of locations. It was our #1 business. And then they sold it to America. And now I'm seeing Tim Hortons all over the place, not just in Canada. Can we not just keep something? Now that's a lot of solar panels. Okay guys, do you see the street project here? Do you see the walkway over there? Do you see all the room to walk around, okay? Now, yesterday about 15 people walked straight across this, and today I've been here about 20 minutes and 6 people have walked right over. Now some are going for the garbages, but they could easily go around. And a lot of people are just walking completely over it. And I feel bad saying this, but I've never seen so many stupid people in my life as I've seen just in 2 days here in Abu Dhabi. And you can hate me for saying it, but the rich countries I go to so far, I've met the dumbest people. When I go to poor countries, I have the most beautiful conversations. So no offense, people, like don't focus so much on your money that you forget to notice these aren't tiles, it's a photo gallery. And go around it. Oh my God, stupid people all around the world. I just see people with money that are so dumb, and then I see poor people that are so smart and so kind. Jesus. Oh look, Ukrainian shirts. Yay! Oh, that's awesome. I'm gonna say hi to this Ukrainian couple right there when they come back. So I know what many of you are probably thinking, what a grumpy guy, bitching and complaining, blah, blah, blah. But basically, I guess what my point is, that it's not even just me that says this stuff, it's the local people themselves. This guy, the security guy from Nepal said that there are good people here, but he said the people that he knows that are really good and kind, he says none of them are rich. None of them wear the big fancy clothes and go to the big fancy clubs and drive the big fancy cars. He said it's just regular everyday people just trying to survive, or they're here to work a somewhat decent job to send the money home somewhere else. So it's kind of unfortunate that the whole world is super obsessed with like New York City and Las Vegas and Dubai and Abu Dhabi and these rich fancy bling bling places. But for me, visiting these, it's been the rudest people I've ever met. I met lovely people in Vietnam, and I met lovely people in Ukraine, and I meet lovely people in Egypt and Jordan and lower currency, corrupt government, let's say, countries. They always have the best people. And the only way to really sum it up is if you're poor and you're poor and you're poor, let's all be poor together. Let's help one another. Let's share what we have. But if you're rich and you're rich and you're rich, well, I'm going to build a wall that says private property, stay the hell out, barbed wired fence and electric wires and guard dogs. So that's what I've seen with my journey around the world. Are there some rich people that are good? Yes. And are there some poor people that are assholes? Of course. But statistically for me, from my 93 countries now, I'd say 95% of the rich ones are at the bottom of my list. So So I was speaking with my host who I'm staying with, and he was telling me that United Arab Emirates has some of the most, probably the most security in the world. Every hotel I have been in, every restaurant, even the apartment that I'm staying in has a camera in every single floor. And this festival going on along the promenade has so much security. They're scanning everybody with metal detectors. But apparently, it's one of the safest lack of crime countries in the world. It's like 0% or 1% crime. So maybe because of all of this security, or maybe they don't need the security, I don't know. So today I'm actually doing a little bit of shopping. I'm heading to the Oman embassy because I do plan to go there after UAE. And after Oman, I plan to possibly go into Yemen. I know there's a war right now and all the airports are closed, but I might be able to enter through Oman into Yemen. Check that out as well. So today I'm going to the Oman embassy, and then after this, the Yemen embassy to get some information to see what I can and cannot do and what I need. All right, so here's the update. That building behind me there is the Omanian embassy. Two really nice guys in there that answered my questions. What I'm trying to find out is once I finish here in UAE, I will enter through the land border, either bus or train, into Oman. And I'm allowed as a Canadian citizen 14-day visa free. 14 days, pretty small, I've never heard that before, but you can also purchase the 30 days. So what I'm asking basically is, can I go in for the 14 and extend if I choose to stay longer? They said no, you need to choose your 14 visa free or pay for your 30 up front. And also, can I pay at the border? Yes. You have to have health insurance. Can you get it at the border? Yes. Then once I'm finished in Oman, I am planning on entering Yemen. So what I'm considering is, do I enter Yemen from the east, the west of Oman into the east of Yemen, through via land border, and then if shit is terrible and Yemen is like, oh my God, can I quickly exit back into Oman, or do I have to stay out of the country for a certain amount of time? They said no, you can do your 30-day visa, you can leave for 2 hours into Yemen, you can come right back in. So that is good for safety, because if not, I would have to travel all the way through Yemen and up into Saudi Arabia and probably be entering the, let's say, dangerous part of Yemen. That pretty much, they answered all my questions. Oman's going to be pretty simple, I think, to enter and to visit. Yemen is going to be the tricky situation, so let's find out more about that before I go. Well, I'm just around the corner from the Yemen embassy, but there's a lot of signs that say no photos, no video, no photos, so see ya. I'll let you know later what happens. Well, I understand why it says no photography or video. Wow, this is a big embassy area. Embassy of Kuwait is across the street. Embassy of Jordan is over here beside me. Embassy of Turkey is behind me. There's a lot of embassies, a lot of cement walls. Here, let me show you, hope I don't get arrested, but let me show you the Yemen embassy right in front of me here. So the update on the Yemen embassy, I go in and it was full. A lot of Yemenis were in there figuring out paperwork to either return back home or whatever. It was busy. So I spoke to a young guy, the only one that could speak English, and I said I'd like to go visit Yemen through the Oman border. And he gives me this look and he says, "Are you a journalist?" And I actually laughed. I said, "No, I'm not a journalist, I'm just an idiot." And that made him laugh, and his coworker heard it and he laughed. And then they said, "Where are you from?" I said, "Canada, I'll be right back." He comes back 10 minutes later and says, "We don't recommend you go, but you can. The best would be to enter through the Omanian border like you are thinking of doing. But you cannot get your visa here in Abu Dhabi or Dubai. The best would be Muscat, which is the capital city of Oman." So he said, finish your visit here in UAE, go to Oman, do your thing there. And then he says, it'll take 1 week, maybe 2 weeks. It will take some processing time. So do it right away in Muscat and give it some time to get done. And then he showed me on the map kind of what he recommends. He said, enter obviously through the Omanian border, which is on the east of the country, go along the shoreline, visit some of those cities. And about as far as I should go is the city of Aden, which is located down on the waterfront. That is the only airport open in the entire country. So he says if you choose to leave Yemen through, after visiting Yemen, then he says you would want to fly out of that airport. Do not go up north into the capital city or beyond out to enter Saudi Arabia that way, because you might not make it. I was like, okay, thank you. So I'm not sure if I'll go into Yemen, and if I do, how far I'll go, but I know I can enter in the east. It's decently safe in the east. And then I can either exit back to Oman, enter Saudi Arabia from there, or I can fly out of Aden, or I can just be an idiot and go all the way up north. So we'll figure that out. There you go, blah, 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 lots of information. Time to get back to my Abu Dhabi exploring. Well, now that I've completed my embassy runs, it's time to go see what is known as one of the largest mosques in the entire world. The guy I'm actually staying with told me that he thinks it's the second largest in the world. The first is in either Jeddah or Mecca in Saudi Arabia, but I'm looking at it now and it is bloody huge. This is big. So I just asked a tour guide how the hell I get in this mosque, and he says go through this giant egg down to the basement to the food court where you purchase a QR code ticket. Then you walk under a passage. It goes 200 meters under the parking lot and you'll arrive somewhere between these two towers of the mosque. And that's the only way to get in. I was not expecting to see an entire mall underground. This is crazy. All of this is under the parking lot and under the mosque. So from this huge, giant underground mall, it's very hard to find the mosque unless you find the one tiny little sign right here. So next to the McDonald's, you gotta look up and find this little mosque sign here. How do you enter one of the biggest mosques in the world? You go through one of the biggest underground malls in the world. So I found the entrance, but you must have a QR code to get in. And if you don't have a QR code and you don't have Wi-Fi to scan the QR code, you must go back to the food court to find the little tiny registration desk so you can actually pay and register to get the QR code so you can scan to get through the security. Oh my God, it's a QR code world everywhere you go. It's actually a good marketing tactic because you need to walk through the whole mall to register, then you need to walk back through the entire mall to scan your QR code, and then when you exit the mosque, you exit through the same underground, so you have to go through another section of the mall. Very smooth. Oh look, going through food court. Gotta go through food court to register. So this is the lineup for the registration, and they have little touch screens. So apparently you have to touch the screen to probably order your ticket, so you can get the QR code to scan to get in. And it's going to be another humanless experience. So when you come down from the giant glass egg, you come down to one section of the mall. You got to walk through the whole mall to get to the registration area. Once you use the little touch screen, you have to put in your name, what country you're from, how old you are, what sex you are, answer all these basically questions to see exactly who you are. Then they give you a QR code, and the QR code, then you have to walk all the way to the other end of the mall through all the stores. Perfect. So you can actually get in. Now apparently you need the QR code to be scanned to get in, but I don't think there's a cost. I think they just want to know everything. They wanted my email, everything. So I made up an email. I made up basically everything. And now I gotta go through the mall to get into the mosque. So one family was just yelling at the security guard because they walked all around the mall, they couldn't find the signs, and then when they finally found the entrance, they said, sorry, you need a QR code, you need to go back across the mall to register. So a lot of people yelling. I have been walking underground for probably more than 15 minutes. It's been about 45 minutes to get into this mosque. Wow. And now we have to go all the way up. you can see it, but there are 6 jets circling the mosque. And they're either painted gold or they're actually gold. They have gold wings, and there's 6 of them going around. Well, if you're deciding to build a house and you're a little bit short on marble, this entire mosque, the entire center, every single wall, it is all marble. And now for the rugs. The main prayer hall houses the world's largest hand-knotted carpet by Guinness World Records. It was hand-knotted by approximately 1,200 artisans and took approximately 2 years. The carpet is 5,400 square meters and weighs 35 tons. It's made of about 70% wool and 30% wool and cotton. Well, let's just hope that God likes money.